Co-hosts Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos talk about a variety of topics on Live with Kelly and Mark. However, because they are a couple, occasionally some subjects that aren't typically discussed on a morning program come up. For example, in order to resolve their issues, they occasionally need to vent some of their dirty laundry. Mark Consuelos and Kelly Ripa use Live as open therapy. Despite being an intriguing partnership, the Live with Kelly and Mark team doesn't omit anything from the broadcast. They have witnessed a little bit of everything in their relationship as they recently celebrated 28 years of marriage. It doesn't stop them from addressing one another on television about arguments they are resolving at home, though. Kelly Ripa revealed to Mark Consuelos in a recent show that she had intended to yell at him that morning. But since she was denied the opportunity, she concluded that the live show was the ideal venue for a duel. Talking about marital problems in front of a captive audience is a really therapeutic approach. After Mark changes things up in the bedroom, Kelly Ripa is not happy. Kelly Ripa thinks she and Mark Consuelos had a nice relationship, but her husband messed up the bedroom and disrupted her morning. She has a regimen, including an alarmingly early wake-up call every morning to prepare for the morning show. Kelly acknowledges that mornings are difficult for her, so it seems sense that she becomes agitated when Mark makes changes. Kelly's eyes were bothering her due to terrible allergies, on top of everything else. It was clear that Kelly had a grievance against Mark when they left the show. "You did something so wicked and terrible last night," she starts. "I meant to yell at you this morning, and I forgot," she adds, supporting her argument. Then, irritated, she exclaims, "I smashed my face on the closet door when I got out of bed after you closed it." Although Kelly is rolling with her pile of complaints, Mark Consuelos apologizes. However, the closet was only the beginning of the nefarious activities. Mark Consuelos and Kelly Ripa spent the weekend in Long Island. The situation was undoubtedly made worse by the move. It was simple to disrupt Kelly's rhythm because she was in their Long Island house and her eyes were hurting. Mark apologizes to Kelly and kindly explains that he was taking his medication out of the closet. However, Kelly was already locked and loaded due to previous variables that had accumulated throughout the weekend. Their son, Michael Consuelos, and a few of his friends were born while the couple remained on Long Island. The boys were having a great time celebrating Michael's birthday at that moment. She had to put up with one toilet seat after another left up around the home during the weekend. She has undoubtedly before mentioned how much that irritates her. Kelly adds that one of the contributing factors was the mess left behind from the party's aftermath. The fact that Kelly and Mark still work out their differences is one of the reasons their relationship is so good. Unquestionably, communication plays a major role in their lives. How do you feel about Mark Consuelos changing Kelly Ripa's situation? Have you had any prior experience with comparable marital disputes? Do you believe that they maintain a healthy relationship by using Live with Kelly and Mark? Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos have spent nearly 3 decades together, which is a lifetime by Hollywood standards. They've been candid about their marriage over the years, letting fans in on their quirks, disagreements, and laugh-out-loud moments both on and off Live with Kelly and Mark. But recently, Ripa shocked her viewers and sent her husband squirming in his seat when she revealed that she wasn't thrilled about a certain change he decided to implement in their bedroom. And no, it wasn't what fans first assumed. A surprising confession on Live. It started like any other episode of Live. Kelly and Mark were in their usual rhythm, bantering about daily life, sharing silly arguments, and poking fun at each other in the way only couples married this long can. The topic of routine came up, and Kelly was quick to admit she thrives on it. "I like things the same way," she said, folding her arms. "Same morning coffee, same pillow, same side of the bed. Consistency. Order. Peace." Mark smirked knowingly because he had been waiting for this moment. "And that," he said, "is exactly why I decided to shake things up." The audience erupted in laughter, but Kelly's eyes widened. "Shake things up? You mean ruin my life?" The crowd leaned in, waiting for the juicy reveal. The bedroom switch. As it turned out, Mark had taken it upon himself to make a bold move in their bedroom. For years, the couple had kept their sides of the bed sacred. Kelly on the right, Mark on the left. Every vacation, every hotel room, every guest bed, the arrangement was set in stone. Until one night last week. I walk into the room, Kelly explained to the audience, and my husband is stretched out on my side of the bed. Like a cat that doesn't pay rent. He had the audacity to say, "I just thought we'd switch it up." Mark, defending himself, insisted it was harmless. I figured after 27 years, maybe it's time to try something different. The view's better from your side. The audience laughed, but Kelly was not having it. Better view? It's the same wall, Mark. We live in an apartment, not for sales. The Great Pillow Incident. Kelly revealed that the switcheroo went deeper than just swapping sides. Mark had also switched pillows, another sacred ritual for Ripa. He took my pillow. The one that has a perfect dip shaped exactly like my head. Do you know what that does to a woman's sleep schedule? Mark, trying to stay calm, admitted, "Okay, yes, I tried your pillow. It's actually amazing. Like sleeping on a cloud. I think you've been holding out on me all these years." Kelly fired back. "That's because it's my cloud, Mark." The audience roared. Fans react. Clips of the exchange immediately spread across social media. Fans chimed in with their own relationship takes. Team Kelly on this one. You never mess with the pillow system. Mark's brave. I wouldn't dare switch sides with my wife after 20 years. This is what marriage really looks like. Tiny battles that feel like world wars. Some fans even admitted they tried switching sides with their own partners after watching the show, only to report back with similar chaos. "We lasted 15 minutes before we went back to normal," one commenter wrote. The psychology of sides. Experts weighed in too. Apparently, there's science behind why couples pick a side of the bed and rarely deviate. Studies suggest people gravitate to one side out of habit, comfort, or even subconscious associations with safety. Switching sides can feel like relearning how to sleep all over again. It's not just about the bed. One sleep specialist said, it's about territory, routine, and identity. Sharing a bed is already an act of compromise, so once couples find a system that works, they stick with it. Kelly seemed to validate this when she told Mark, "You've taken away my identity, my grounding, my sanctuary. You don't just swap sides like you're rearranging the furniture." Mark's defense. But Mark wasn't about to admit defeat. With a grin, he told the audience, "I think change is healthy, keeps things exciting. Maybe today it's the bed, tomorrow it's the couch, who knows? I'm just keeping our marriage fresh." Still, Mark had a point. Fans couldn't deny that part of the couple's magic was their willingness to tease, push boundaries, and laugh about the smallest disagreements. For many watching, the bedroom debate became yet another reminder of why their marriage works. Even the pettiest of arguments becomes entertainment gold. By the end of the segment, the two reached a truce, sort of. Kelly declared that under no circumstances would Mark be allowed to steal her pillow again. "That pillow is off limits," she said firmly. "It's in the marriage contract." Mark, however, seemed determined to keep experimenting. "I'll switch back to my side, for now. But one day, Kelly, one day I'll reclaim your pillow." Kelly shot back with a smile. "And one day I'll reclaim the closet space you stole in 1998. Don't hold your breath." The crowd erupted, proving once again that no one can turn domestic squabbles into comedy quite like Ripa and Consuelos. Later in the show, the couple reflected on their little clash, acknowledging that it wasn't really about the side of the bed, or even the pillow. It was about comfort, routine, and the little quirks that make marriage both maddening and magical. After all these years, Kelly said, "It's the small things that still surprise me. Sometimes I'm annoyed, sometimes I'm laughing, but at least I'm never bored." Mark agreed, adding with a wink, "And that's why I'll keep switching things up, whether you like it or not." Kelly rolled her eyes but couldn't hide her smile. "Fine, just keep your hands off my pillow." The story might have been silly, but it resonated with fans for a reason. Marriage isn't always about grand gestures or dramatic fights. More often, it's about the tiny details, the side of the bed you claim, the way you make coffee, the fight over which Netflix show to binge. Kelly and Mark's openness about those small disagreements makes them relatable. While Hollywood couples often project picture-perfect images, these two let the world see their imperfections and their humor in handling them. At the end of the day, Ripa may not be thrilled with Mark's switching things up experiment, but fans know she wouldn't trade him, or their bickering, for anything. Because if love is in the details, then Kelly and Mark have built a marriage that's as strong as Kelly's attachment to her pillow. Drop your comments below.